As you may very well have noticed, the last video I uploaded was the first part of the Mr. Men gift book, because this is the last page on part 1. And so this is the second part. Mr. Chocolate becomes naughty. One day, Mr. Chocolate decided to be kind to everyone he knew. He gave Mr. Unique a custard pudding, and he gave Mr. One-of-a-Kind a mustard hot dog. I just love this custard pud. I think that it's really good. This hot dog is really yummy. It's just filled up my hungry tummy. Unfortunately, Mr. Naughty had heard about it. Everything. This is awful, he exclaimed. I need to do something. What could I do? Mr. Naughty had invented a machine. It was called a Naughty-O-Matic. All you do is put a banana at the end, and all of a sudden, the person you want to become naughty would become naughty. Mr. Chocolate gave Mr. Unique another custard pudding, and he gave Mr. One-of-a-Kind another mustard hot dog. Mr. Chocolate was so pleased, but because of the powers of the Naughty-O-Matic, he ate them himself! Mr. Calm was busy meditating when Mr. Chocolate went behind his back and he shouted as loud as he could. Boo! Mr. Calm was flabbergasted. Instantly he ran away until Mr. Chocolate was far behind. Mr. Chocolate then saw Mr. Rainbow walking along the street. "Hey, Mr. Rainbow," said Mr. Chocolate. "Your hat has lost all its colours." "What on earth?" cried Mr. Rainbow. "How strange! Has Mr. Naughty played a trick on me?" Mr. Rainbow ran home to look in his mirror. "Why did Mr. Chocolate play that naughty trick on me?" he thought. "There's nothing wrong with my hat. It's so unusual to see Mr. Chocolate being naughty." Mr. Chocolate's escapade suddenly showed up in the news. News reporter Friendly, aka NRF, said, "Hello, Mr. Land. Mr. Chocolate has become naughty. He ate Mr. Unique and Mr. One-of-a-Kind's lunch, disturbed Mr. Calm while he was asleep, and told Mr. Rainbow his hat had no colours." Mr. Chocolate was watching the telly. He was flabbergasted. All because of an invention Mr. Naughty made called the Naughty-O-Matic, said NRF, and explained how it works. "I should have guessed," exclaimed Mr. Chocolate. "I'm going to go find that naughty doofus and teach him a lesson." Mr. Unique and Mr. One-of-a-Kind were watching the custard pudding and a mustard hot dog pass on TV, and they were absolutely flabbergasted. They'd never been on TV before. "Who is that on my TV? I think that it looks like me. What on earth? You can't be serious. Me on telly? You must be delirious." Mr. Chocolate decided to invent a machine which would give Mr. Naughty a taste of his own medicine. It was called a Zap-O-Matic. All you do is put a banana at the end, and all of a sudden, the person you want to be zapped would be zapped. Mr. Chocolate was too excited. He was too excited for everything. To see what would happen, to see what Mr. Naughty would say. Absolutely everything. And Mr. Naughty, "Oh wow, that really taught me a lesson," said Mr. Naughty shakily and zappily and unhappily. "I'm not going to make any more naughty machines." Well, I don't believe that. Do you? Mr. Unique has a walk in the park. One day, Mr. Unique was going out for a walk in the park. He was walking and walking when something suddenly caught his eye. It was Custard World, a world world made entirely out of ambrosia custard. Mr. Unique decided to call Mr. One-of-a-Kind on his phone. Hello, Mr. One-of-a-Kind. I'm so happy you replied to me, Mr. Unique. Custardville is where I'm at. Would you like to come to that? Mr. Unique hopped in. Eating custard isn't easy. I am feeling oh so sneezy, squeaked Mr. One-of-a-Kind. Mr. One-of-a-Kind suddenly found out that he was allergic to ambrosia custard. Attachoo! This sure is causing an issue! Mr. One-of-a-Kind hops into Mustard World, which is right next door to Custard World. Why don't you hop in, Mr. Unique? I could stay here all the week, squeaks Mr. One-of-a-Kind. Mr. Unique hopped in. Eating mustard isn't easy. I am feeling oh so sneezy, squeaked Mr. Unique. Mr. Unique suddenly found out that he was allergic to mustard. Attachoo! This sure is causing an issue! Mr. Unique went and saw the other members of the Hungry Five. He saw Mr. Scrumptious walking along the street. Hi, Mr. Scrumptious, I will tell you that mustard I'm allergic to, squeaked Mr. Unique. What? Cried Mr. Scrumptious. That is highly crazy. I think custard and mustard are both highly scrumptious. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard of. Mr. Unique then saw Mr. Chocolate walking around. Hi, Mr. Chocolate, I will tell you that mustard I'm allergic to, screamed Mr. Unique. What? Cried Mr. Chocolate. That is really crazy. At least you're not allergic to chocolate. Then you could be allergic to me. Mr. Unique then saw Mr. Awkward walking backwards, blindfolded. Hi, Mr. Awkward. This is mysterious. I'm allergic to mustard. It makes me delirious, squeaked Mr. Unique. What? Cried Mr. Awkward. That makes life very awkward. Oh, I'm glad I'm not allergic to anything. That would make life so awkward. Then Mr. One-of-a-Kind told the Hungry Three that he was allergic to ambrosia custard. They were even more flabbergasted than when Mr. Unique told them he was allergic to mustard. What? Why does my blindfold look like a pair of sunglasses or war? Oh, am I not it? So Mr. Unique decided he would never ever eat mustard. And Mr. One-of-a-Kind decided he would never ever eat ambrosia custard. Why do allergies even exist anyway? Or, thought Mr. Awkward. Mr. Unique decided to make Custard World his new home, until he decided he wanted his old house back. Mr. Surprise was reading a newspaper, and Mr. UNOAK story was in it. What? Shouted Mr. Surprise. He was flabbergasted. Well, said Mr. Awkward, this was definitely the awkwardest day of my whole entire life. I'm sure more awkward days could happen.